This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toll,
target man, suspicious character,
and
with the top end of Stevenson, Grado!
Welcome to Football Daft, the daftest Scottish football podcast is back. My name's Stephen Purden and let's welcome the team. First, a man who's currently on an emotional roller coaster when it comes to his football team. It's a ride that takes you on a journey through rage, apathy, desperation, and then back to rage. It's Chris Toll. How are you, my man?
What's happening, lads? What is
How are you,
happening?
mate?
Happy New Year, first of all.
Oh, fuck off.
I hope he's all had a good one, gentlemen. I've had quite a up and down time of it since the bells, I would have to say. Aye. It's considering booking a holiday, but we know how that goes these days, know what I mean?
Well, where were you going? You going to go to Dubai or something?
I was just going over Dubai.
Aye. We'll get to that in a minute, mate. We'll talk more about Celtic in a wee minute. But first, let's introduce a man who has ended up spending a fortune on both a perfect draft machine and then he accidentally bought a blade as well. So if you're looking for a beer machine, one will be coming to eBay very, very soon. It is the one and only Grado. How are you, my man?
How you doing, troops? I'm not saying Happy New Year. It's the 14th. I'm by what
I know, mate, but it's the first episode after the New Year. That's why I said it, know what I mean?
Cool.
There is a cut-off right enough, and I think it's the 3rd of January for me.
That's a Larry David moment, innit? You can't accept a Happy New Year at this point in the year.
Wait, 9th was a cut-off? I would even taking the piss in the 9th.
Mate, I'm not even joking. It's that I would say the end of the week that New Year's Day is on, so it would have been the 3rd for me.
Anyway.
Aye, I agree, aye.
Bought a blade.
But mate, what's happening with these beer machines?
Perfect draft, is it? I wanted.
Yes.
I'm into this Moretti now, but I bought the perfect draft thinking you get Moretti, but you don't get Moretti, so I put a bid in this blade one and all. Didn't think I would get it, and I've got to pay for them. So I reckon I'm going to keep the blade. So if MD is wanting a perfect draft, it's a wee bit dearer than the actual price, man, because I can all the auctions and all that shit. But if MD wants a perfect draft during this lockdown, I know that's.
Why don't we do a football daft raffle? £2 a ticket.
All that you see, all the kind of. That's what the kind of gadgets do on Facebook, innit?
I like a bonus ball number.
The bonus ball.
Aye.
Like I said to you last night, mate, these are the fads of the moment, like the hot tubs in the summer. See if you put it back on eBay, you might even get more than you actually paid for it.
I don't want to do that. I'm not a money grabber, you know. I'm just.
I'll put it on at a buy it now at the price you paid for it. Then.
Cool.
You'll never get 850 quid back for it, but mate. Still can't believe you paid that for it, mate. Honestly, man.
850.
Fuck off! I never paid that.
Right, troops. I've been looking forward to this. Let's get to it. Right, what has been happening in Scottish football since the last time we spoke? There's only one place we can start. And
absolutely,
Tannadice.
What about long Shanklin's goal, eh? No, that was a belter, wasn't it? What are you making at?
I'm going to take you on a wee journey here, right? Toll, sorry about this in advance, right?
I don't like going on any journeys. Going on journeys causes problems, mate.
It really all started back in November when Celtic wanted a fixture moved to a Monday night so they could go to Dubai, much against the protest of Hibs. Fast forward to the start of January, and after a defeat to the mighty Glasgow Rangers, the team flew out to Dubai for mid-season winter training camp, despite the rise in COVID cases and the country entering another lockdown. Then in social media, pictures and videos started to emerge of captain, leader, legend Scott Brown and wee Lenny having a pint and the team walking along the beach without face masks on. Cue a series of memes, gifs and banter on every WhatsApp chat going. In between this, Shane Duffy left the bubble and returned home. The team arrived back in Glasgow where they held their usual pre-match press conference at which assistant manager John Kennedy was asked about the alleged breaches of social distancing and the reaction in Scotland. He admitted to slip-ups, though added they probably paint a false picture and reiterated that Celtic had remained within their bubble. But on Sunday afternoon, the club was thrown into chaos when they revealed one player, Christopher Julian, a player who was injured for 4 months, had tested positive for COVID-19 on returning from Dubai. It should be stressed that it is possible the Frenchman caught the virus before flying out, given the virus incubation period. After discussions with the local health authority, it emerged a further 13 first-team members, plus Lennon and Kennedy, had to self-isolate as close contacts and would therefore miss Monday's game at home to Hibs. Before this, though, a statement was released from the club saying COVID could have been caught anywhere. The game ended in a 1-1 draw after Celtic were left without a recognised first-team striker, and Shane Duffy was brought back into the team despite John Kennedy stating he shouldn't and couldn't be involved. Then last night, Peter Lawwell admitted the trip to Dubai was clearly a mistake and one for which they profoundly apologise. That was the words of Chief Executive Peter Lawwell. Well, Chris Toll, what are you going to say to that?
First of all, right, you could get ran down in your driveway, but if you're dancing about the fucking M8, it's more likely to fucking happen, isn't it? Am I wrong, lads? Am I wrong? Listen,
no,
I've got absolutely no defence for Celtic on this. I've already, on Celtic Daft, I've fucking went through them like a dose of salts. I'm embarrassed by my club. I'm embarrassed by the fact that they have got so little consideration for the rest of Scottish football, and to be honest with you, for the wider population as well, because let's be honest, it's not as if they're all hanging about together 24/7. Do you know what I mean? They're in contact with other people who are then in contact with other people as well. It's an absolute shambles. It's been a shambles for the fucking day and hour that it was booked. It should never have been booked. And I said before we went on a re-break for Christmas time, if anybody comes back for this having contracted corona, then for the top to the fucking bottom of Celtic, they should be rinsed out completely. It's a fucking disgrace. And do you know what? It's made us the laughing stock, not only of Scottish football, not only a British football, but fucking world football. See, when teams like fucking Spartak Moscow or whoever it was.
That was quality shithousery, that, man. That was
exactly. Brilliant. It is total shithousery, but it's justified, Stevie. And there's not a Celtic fan. I don't think I've seen a Celtic fan. I don't know if you have seen any Celtic fans that are defending the club for this. And if anybody tries to put this on to Nicola Sturgeon and the Scottish government, they need their fucking head rinsed. So they do. Mm-hmm. It's just embarrassing, mate. Just completely embarrassing.
What did you think of Lawwell's chat yesterday?
Stevie, I got the email saying a message to you from Peter Lawwell. Right, and I was like, fucking. I
can imagine Toll's face when he sees that.
I was like, by the way, I might be getting a job here.
Was he maybe offering you a mascot job in Dortmund?
Oh, hang on.
Did you get all excited?
Mate, I thought I was getting a job on Celtic TV. I'm not going to lie to you. No, but hang me. I opened it and I clicked onto the video, and I'm not going to lie, I was doing a shite. Right, I was doing a shite at the time. But I sat and I watched it, and do you know what? It's all well and good backtracking now. Hindsight's 2020. Everybody knew the situation. Everybody knew that we were a ball-hair off going into another lockdown. Right? Everybody knew that. You know, it was common knowledge, and they still went ahead with it. It's selfish. It's fucking Peter. No matter what Peter Lawwell says, he can't reverse history. Right, he can't. They've fucking made an arse of it. He's as much to blame as anybody. So, you know, we need to take our medicine here. And it's just it's a horrible time. It's a horrible time for the club and to be a supporter.
I feel for you, mate.
It's strong words. There's not much we could batter on here and talk about.
Mate, it's all been
saying
said,
that, his club's been affected the most, and and
that was a wee bit.
It's ignorant, right? Because all right, we might have lost the most money, right? We might have lost the most money. However, the impact that it's had on Celtic is not the same impact that it's going to have on your St Mirrens and teams like that. Do you know what I mean? And I think that it was very It was a very misguided and misjudged statement.
It was oozing arrogance, man. It was oozing arrogance, man.
Mate, it shines out him. It shines out him.
Aye.
You know what I mean? It shines out him no matter what you're doing. Remember when Rangers got a bid for Jelavic and he's like, we've had a bid for a player for our team for another galaxy.
I remember that.
You know what I mean?
Aye,
29 million for another universe. I remember that.
Exactly. Do you know, the arrogance is ripping out of him. It's always been ripping out of him. I think to an extent you need that to do the job that he's done, right? But you need to know when to wind it in. And last night was not the right time to come across with that attitude. It was fucking disgusting.
But
and you know,
I'm enjoying myself with it.
Stevie, I'll be honest, mate, I don't blame you. Because if the shoe was in the other foot, I'd be reveling in it and pissing myself laughing the same way you have been. So, you know, like I said earlier on, we just need to sit back and take our medicine.
I mean, it is enjoyable. You've got an extra spring to your step. These days, I think, as a Rangers fan.
Look forward to the back pages.
I didn't think my swagger could get any better, man. But these days when I'm good at, man,
tell you what, that North Face jacket will be dry as fuck, mate. The swagger you've got on you.
My swagger's like fucking lager, man. But anyway.
So apart from that, Celtic seem to be going all right then, aye?
Apart from that, aye.
We done you a favour last week, beating Aberdeen, mate. You know what I mean?
Aye, thanks for that, man. Appreciate that.
Aye.
Fucking
honesty. Add before we move on, because I'm going to move on, but I'm enjoying this a wee bit. You want to say anything else, no?
I don't want these falling out, man.
What's been
Grado, you're sitting there shiting yourself because your two pals are having a bit of banter with each other. Don't worry about it, mate. That's all it is.
I like the way you're doing this on air, having a good banter with one another, but we both know the three is no the four is no the off screen. It's the relationship isn't as well, come on, let's shoot for the hip here. Let's not hold back. Things have been fiery in that group chat.
Honestly,
Chris,
it's fine.
Yes. Chris, what has been your favourite meme gif? What has been the favourite for you that you've seen?
I've got a favourite.
I like the one where that mad woman for Airdrie, that mad Rangers supporter woman for Airdrie, when they were at the bar and somebody had superimposed her in her hot tub with her fucking Bucks fizz in her horn. I thought that was a belter, man.
Can I play what was mine, Chris? Because I love this. Someone reworking the Way Fools and Horses theme tune.
That's funny, that one.
We got some half pence with chartered flights, pills and pills with air miles, CBs overseas, mind it's not a jolly please. Lost games, weight gains, ball and goalie, went to Spain, decision really good, a gaffer in a tracksuit with a surplus stuffing, snooze, 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 no striker in a snooze. Out of the cup to Ross County, incompetent to the core, fans protesting at the door. God bless Celtic Street. Viva Celtic Street.
I thought it was particularly good. I thought it was
good. It's a good one.
I like the Barry for EastEnders cameo. I love that.
That was brilliant.
He's not going to be troubling the X Factor at any point, that guy, you know what I mean? But he's a decent lyricist. I'll give him that.
So is there anybody else want to add anything else? No? We moving on.
Right. Bruni and the boys. It's Sean Williamson here. Barry from EastEnders. Barry from Ricky Gervais. Extras. Barry in anything anyone's willing to pay me to be Barry in, basically. I sing Mustang Seller. I do comedy. Pat, you've trodden on me foot. Get off. And I do tragedy. You do love me, Janine. You do. I know you do. Now, lads, I hope you're well.
Put it to the bit at the end, man. The bit at the end where he sings and then he cuts off and what he says is fucking the best, man.
Make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. Thought that my pride was gone. No, 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 no. There's something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. This is from all your friends over at Edmonton Drive. They'll see you in May.
And if there's any Celtic fan taking offence to that in terms of I know the whole Neil Lennon song and that, please Google Barry for EastEnders singing something inside so strong, it's like Crufts or something like that. And the crowd are just no interested, and he's belting that out.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's so funny, man. It looks like pure snobs sitting in the crowd, man. They're pure sitting looking at him like that.
Aye, cunts have never seen an episode of fucking EastEnders.
Aye. Fucking booking Barry for EastEnders decides fucking something so.
But if there is any Celtic fans out there listening that are offended, I'm very, very sorry, man. Right, so another thing we must discuss is the fact that any football board championship has now been shut down for 3 weeks. 3 weeks?
Did you make it out, John?
I'm personally, absolutely, obviously, as a Falkirk supporter, completely raging at it. You know,
what if they call the league the now, though?
It can't be called, Chris. It has to be null and void because we're not over halfway. You need to be halfway. And
is it no 65% or 75%?
3 games left to go.
By the way, use better hold your tongue, because see if that's the rule in the Premier League.
Mate, there's no chance that will happen, man. No chance.
No, I don't think there is. But the thing is, I mean,
it's a slight worry, but
I don't
know. Grado, it's no. All right,
Grado. I heard Christopher Julian was running at Ibrox like all the cups and saucers and all that.
It's not even crossed my mind, and it's not a fucking worry. Stop getting on about
it. No, it's not a worry. But for like Cobs, for example, like we're a full-time Cob in a part-time league, as our Partick Thistle. You know, and it's a bit of kick in the teeth. I mean, the reconstruction, this was going to happen. This was inevitable. This was going to happen, and reconstruction should have happened back in the summer. To let Partick and ourselves stay in the championship, because God bless Arbroath and Alloa are there in complete merit, and I've got nothing against that. We are where we are because we've been mismanaged, right? But for clubs like a part-time like Arbroath and Alloa, they're getting big handouts from the government, and they're probably actually making more money via that as opposed to gate receipts. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, that's a valid point.
As I say, I do have a friend that plays for Arbroath, and I don't know if I would need to just check that, and if it's right, I want you to retract it, because I'm sure Ricky and the boys won't be happy, the Smokies.
Wait a minute, if Dick Campbell will come back on the show and...
Oh no, sorry, I forgot Dick Campbell beat the shit out of me.
We'll get a friend Dick on, man. Get Dick on. You fucking, know what I mean?
Anyway.
I suppose Ricky Dick Little. I haven't even... Is that right? Does that go? Ricky?
Aye, Ricky.
I was in primary fucking... Dick Little? Fucking hell. I've never thought of that before.
It's like, many of my mates knew my middle name's Richard. And when I was getting married, obviously the guy.
Oh, wait, I can imagine.
We're all still on there. So all my mates, like my best man, Tam's there, fucking Bert, Dale, they're all sitting there. And it's like, Stephen, Richard, Purdon, you take me. And all my mates, I could just hear them go like that. Richard, Dick.
I love that.
Oh, the best part is about Ricky Little, but you see, like when they were at school, when they were taking the fucking class names, remember they used to do your surname before your first name? This would have been Little Dick.
Aye, in the 50s, man, I don't think they done that in the fucking 90s for us, did they?
Aye, but remember I was at school before you.
Aye. What age are you now again? About fucking... What age even are you?
I'll be 62 in August. Fucking, by the way, Celica aging me that quickly. That's what I feel like, man.
I'm sure we'll be talking a bit more about Celtic later on the Football Daft open line at all. I'm sure there'll be a few shots fired your way. But also on the show, we are welcoming not only Britain's strongest man, but the second strongest man in the world, Tom Stoltman. We'll be finding out how he went from being offered trials at Rangers to pulling lorries. Plus another contestant on the player profile playoff. And on the big question, we are talking football shithousery. So, troops, some bad weather out there with the snow and all that, Anybody seen any accidents on the roads?
I have actually. Aye, no joke.
Tell us about it.
I know sometimes we make this shit up, but this one was for real,
mate,
right?
It's the way you're going, no joke, but you're like a Cheshire cat, no joke.
Do you know why? Because it was in my street, right? It was a guy was coming down the road and he never slowed down. He tried to cut the corner, right? And I swear to God, it was like something out of fucking the Fast and the Furious, man. The whole back end of the motor went right out and missed a missed a person's front garden by a boy here. By a boy here. Honestly, but right up in the curb and all that, see if there was anybody walking on the road, on the curb, it would have been game over.
And I'm taking it, if it wasn't lockdown and you were allowed to leave your house, you would be right down there going like, getting Nicole about it, G4S. G4 claims.
I never even.
G4S.
What's that? That's not steady, isn't it?
All right. Any chance
security in, man.
Can you do a concert for us?
Look, a man who knows all about road traffic accidents, but because he does a travel on Grado, don't you, big man? It's
but temporarily.
Aye, but mate, come on, claim that throne now. You're doing well with it.
You think so?
Aye, put your stamp in, mate. Put your stamp in.
Grado, what should people do if they're involved in an accident? Tell us.
Right, if
phone rock steady.
Well, if you've been in a road traffic accident and you're not at fault, G4 Claims can make it easy for you. They provide you with complete accident management support you require. They'll recover their costs from the at-fault party. Sort out a like-for-like vehicle replacement. They're also going to organise you a vehicle to be repaired at one of their approved body shops and return to yourself. Now, here's the deal. Should your vehicle be deemed a write-off, they're going to recover the pre-accident value for your motor, write you a big fat cheque, and best of all, it's not going to cost you a penny, as they're going to charge the at-fault insurance direct. G4 Claims, well, they're not going to cold call you. They don't buy your data, and once you've processed your claim, their insurance will remain unscathed. You can't get any better than that. And one thing that is really good is Nicole and the team over there, they won't take on your case if they don't think they can help. So if you've been in a road traffic accident or you know somebody that has, get on to G4 Claims. It's 01698 767 172. That's 01698 767 172. Get them at their website, notatfaultclaim.com, or find them on social media at G4 Claims Limited. G4 Claims, not at fault claims.
Made easy.
Welcome to the Football Daft Open Line, where anything goes. Would you like to talk about the lower leagues being cancelled? Maybe you want to suggest some transfer targets for your club in the January window?
Transfer targets? What fucking TV detectives we're signing nowadays, eh?
Did I say transfer targets?
There's been a transfer!
There's been a signing.
Right, you. Perhaps you might just want to come on and recommend some Dubai hot spots. Maybe you want to do that. So, as usual, we have our panel of football experts. It's Stephen Keevins, Graham Guidi and Chris Delahunt. So let's go to our first caller, shall we? And it is John McFarlane, who I believe is a Rangers supporter, shot caller.
Fucking surprise.
John's
He's got a fucking
Rangers
triangle on the
supporter.
background. Holy shit!
I would love to see your faces there.
What's happening? What's happening? Fucking Sacha Baron Cohen's a Celtic fan, who knew?
You lads.
How you doing, mate?
I'm not bad yourselves.
John just introduced you as a Rangers fan. Surprise, surprise. How do you feel about that?
Good, I'm not even going to comment.
I apologise. I thought you were a Rangers supporter. Thanks for coming on. You're through to the panel.
What's the bar? Well, it's obviously first of all, Happy New Year to all you. First of all,
Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year, mate.
If I should get a question for Chris.
Yes, mate.
Chris, so given obviously the predicament and the things are with Celtic at the moment, the question is to you, mate, who would you say would be your preferred replacement to Lennon? Obviously, I've got Eddie Howe in mind, but everybody's got different opinions. But I just want to ask, who would you want, and obviously the reason for that.
See, to be honest with you, mate, it changes from day to day. It changes from day to day. I've had my Eddie Howe period. I've had a wee think about Slaven Bilic, but he's obviously off the table now. I think he's away to UAE or China or something, isn't he?
You wanted Big Sam, didn't you?
No, I said what's Big Sam doing with himself? Clearly Sam's fucking golden touches left him. Anyway,
mate.
you know what I mean? But see, to be honest with you, I would roll the dice and try and get in fucking somebody like Eddie Howe. You know, somebody where he's brought Bournemouth right through the leagues, right up.
Aye.
He's got a lot of experience for such a young manager as well. You know, but I don't know. Like I say, it changes from day to day. John, what about yourself?
See, I'm the same. To be honest with you, I'm the same. Like, man, Eddie Howe, like, good manager, but at the same time, he's not really tested, is he? Obviously, with Bournemouth, he's get through the ranks for the team, but he's coming to Celtic. He's going to be expected to win trophies if you know the fans are just going to go in his case.
I know, but you know, you need to look at the fact as well that a forward-thinking manager like him, Rangers took a punt on Steven Gerrard. Right, it's took a couple of years, but you could see from the beginning the plan was his plan was in place and he was taking it step by step. And I said this to you two boys at the start of the season. Remember, I said that even if Rangers don't win the league, I would keep Gerrard because it's going in the right direction.
I do remember that, mate. I do remember you saying that.
What do you think, right, so say you want Eddie Howe, would you want them to pull the plug on that now? Would you want them to get, or would you wait?
Well, Grado, put it this way: have you ever seen an old firm manager that's 21 points behind and is still in their job?
No,
I haven't. So for me, now is the time to get rid. Do you know what? If you're going to leave it until the end of the season, I would, like I was saying a minute ago, roll the dice and why not try and get in Bielsa?
Well, you're no fucking chance of that, Chris.
How not? He's only signed a 1 year extension, John, and he's always gets itchy feet after a couple of seasons. So I don't see why not, man. And it's all right. Leeds are back up. They're a big club. They're back where they belong in the Premiership. I don't want to lose him as a Leeds manager, but if the only way that we're losing him was for him to come to Celtic, I would obviously jump at the chance.
It's a big ask, man, getting somebody like him who's just took a team to the Premier League in England. But stranger things have happened, mate. But I don't see it happening, man.
What about Terry Venables, man?
He did me so.
Joe, man, what is he looking for?
By the way, I'm not even joking, and don't take us the wrong way. I genuinely thought Terry Venables was dead. Is Terry Venables still alive?
Just to confirm, Terry Venables is not dead.
Right, that's good. That's a weight off my mind.
Excellent. John, thanks for coming on, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Apologies.
Cheers for that, John.
Cheers, pal. Take care. Cheers. Take care.
God bless you. God bless you, son.
The best.
Let's move on to our next call. Stuart, who wants to talk about the lower leagues.
You all right?
Not bad, you all right?
How you doing, Stuart?
Not bad.
Is that a Clyde jersey you've got on?
Excellent. Stuart, welcome to the show. You're through to the panel. You can see you're wearing I think it's a Clyde top there. What do you want to talk about, sir?
So the leagues below the championship getting all cancelled, and do you think, does that maybe a sign that they say it's for 3 weeks, but I'm not sure if it's actually going to get restarted again the way the COVID thing's going. And I wasn't sure what you guys thought, especially you, John, being a Falkirk fan.
Well, so I don't know if your mic is still a wee bit dodgy, but he's asking about the lower leagues being cancelled for a couple of weeks, or at least postponed, whatever you want to call it. Can I tell you something, Stuart? I've spoke to a couple of players that are involved in the leagues, and their opinion is fucking stop the fitba. They're no enjoying it at all. They are really, really no enjoying it. That's the social distancing in the locker rooms, having to turn up with their strips, their kit, having to do their own laundry, whatever it is they all need to do. It just feels like they're not enjoying themselves. And
you know what? The question needs to be asked, is it worth it? Because,
is it worth it?
You know, like, it's everybody's forgetting this is life and death we're talking about here. Do you know what I mean?
But Chris, that's easy for you to say as a Celtic supporter. You know, it's easy for you guys to say because people like me and Stuart, we want to. You know, we're in the lower leagues. You know, we want to see our team play. We want to see football.
Do you want to see your players dying, John?
Oh, we don't want to see that. But I mean, at the same time, you know, if there's going to be one rule, there seems to be in Scottish football, and it's not really in English football. There's one rule for a certain set of players, and then there's another rule for a completely the lower leagues and stuff like that, there should be either all in, i.e. everything gets cancelled, or there should be testing given out to...
You're right. I think we should just cancel it all.
I bet you fucking do. I bet you do.
But yes, Stuart, how do you think Clyde are coping with it, and how do you think the season's been going?
We started off well. We beat Thistle in the real Glasgow derby. And then after that, we lost about 4 in the bounce. And then some of your games had to get cancelled because a couple of the players caught COVID. And that's still under review with SPFL to see if they're going to get replayed or what. And we did start well again, and then we lost to Airdrie, and then after that. So it's kind of stop-start, really.
Is Mitch still the number 1 goalie at Clyde?
Aye.
He's a good goalie, yeah?
Aye, he's probably one of the best in the league, I would say.
I would say so. I would say
really high. Well, he was at Falkirk for a time, wasn't he?
No, he was on the books at Falkirk and we were silly to let him go, and he had like an absolute... I don't know if you remember last season, Stuart, he had an absolute belter of a game against us.
Aye.
Clyde are one of our bogey teams, so...
And then Clyde no turn you over 3 times last season or something like that.
We did. Then we played Folk a few weeks back, and I think you beat us 3-0 or something, John.
We did.
But I can understand, man, because right now, you're right... It's no fair the way it is in terms of, right, we can get to watch our Fitba right now. Fitba is keeping you going for this sort of stuff, especially if, you know, who you support. It might not be the same for other fans, but right now it does take your mind off stuff.
Look forward to, man.
It's one of the only things.
So speak for yourselves, you cunts. I don't look forward to anything now.
I totally sympathise with folk like Stuart and John that you know, that's... But this is just the way of the world, do you know what I mean? You can't have fucking... It's just the way of the world, and unfortunately, I suppose money's got a lot to do with it as well.
What do you think should happen, Stuart?
I don't know. It's hard because when our guys don't need to get tested, the only time we get tested is when we had to play Kilmarnock in the Betfred Cup games.
So the players don't even need to get tested unless they're playing a Premier League team.
Aye.
That's a fucking shambles.
Aye.
That is you're absolutely right, John. It should be all in or all out. Definitely. And I'm not just saying that because of the way it's working out for Celtic, you know. That's my honest opinion on it.
Stuart, thank you for coming on, pal.
Cool.
Cheers, Stuart.
Thanks, Stuart.
Cheers,
all the best.
Stuart. All the best, mate.
Cheers, all the best.
Thank you. All the best, mate.
And that's it for the open line this week. Thank you very much to all our callers.
Football Daft's big question.
Chris.
Yes.
You're only having a great time when it comes to football, you mate.
I'm no, mate. I'm having a horrible time, mate. Horrible time.
This week, your English team Leeds went out the FA Cup to Crawley. But not only that, but the team had the audacity to bring on Towie's Mark Wright as a substitute, which was complete shithousery. So we thought we would ask, what is the biggest bit of football shithousery you've witnessed? What do you think, boys?
There's been a few, hasn't there?
Well, see, with these, I never caught the Leeds game. How did they play when they come on or whatever? That right?
I turned it off at 2-0.
Right.
He came on the 90th minute or something, no? Was it like 85 minutes?
64th minute or something they came
I've
on.
seen it, do you know what? No, there was 2 rights come on, John.
I think he came on at the end, John. 2 seconds.
Sorry. There was I've seen him playing at that charity game, see the Football Aid or whatever they call it.
Right. He's got a decent touch.
Aye, he has. He's a decent player. He's no professional level, I don't think, but he's a decent player. And do you know what? See if it brings more money into Crawley Town, it's a no-brainer for me.
Aye, exactly.
You know what I mean? He's going to sell jerseys, isn't he? He is going to sell jerseys.
He's box office in there. He's box office for Crawley. Do you know what I mean?
It's too easy for us to sit here and go, it's a lot of shit, fucking. But we don't really know the extent he's fit my talents. Like, if he's good enough to play for them, then he's...
I would put good money on going to play football with him. He would be fucking 10 times better than me and any of my mates.
Aye. Head and shoulders. You don't get to play for a professional club unless your kid on your George Weah's cousin.
But I mean...
That's a good bit of shithousery, in fact, isn't it?
But I mean, come on, man. Mark Wright, when you think about it, right, he probably get paid loads of money. He can play for a Fitba team, and he's gone home to fucking...
Michelle Keegan.
Do you know what I mean?
See that tweet?
Yes, I saw that.
I saw that tweet.
Right, I'm going to give you a wee example of some shithousery, right? Don't know if it's picked up or not, right? But the other night, Celtic playing Hibs, right? After it, my number one pundit of the moment, Chris Boyd, was analysing Hibs equaliser, and he used the word catastrophe in the kind of Tommy Sheridan-esque, right? John, have you got the clip there?
Yep, here it is.
It puts them back to joint top goal scorer in the Scottish Premiership. Yeah, it does, but what I will say is another set piece catastrophe.
It's funny as fuck. It is, and it goes back to when we were talking to Pat Nevin, and he tries to fit certain things into his commentary.
Mate, that is exactly what I thought. That's it. I was sitting watching it that night going, he said to his mates he's going on doing that tonight.
Aye, exactly.
If said fucking thing happens where you concede a goal or something. And mate, that's exactly what I thought. I thought it was Pat Nevin.
Aye.
I missed that, man.
Pat Nevin, when he does his commentary, he tries to fit in as many song lyrics into his commentary as he can.
That's fucking brilliant.
It's funny. It is funny, man.
Chris, give us your shithousery.
Right, there's two for me. There's two that stand out. One of them was when Arthur Boric took his Celtic top off and he had a t-shirt with a Pope on it.
Don't remember it.
But the second one for me, the biggest one that sticks out in my mind the most, is Graham Souness planting a Galatasaray flag in the centre circle at Fenerbahce.
Oh.
Now, what a set of swingers that boy's got on him, innit? For fuck's sake. That for me is the biggest piece of football shithousery of all time.
100%. That's like iconic now, that kind of image where he runs. Where he runs, he's got kind of tracky on, isn't he? He runs on, fucking plants it right in the. Oh.
So, what about in 1999 with the Rangers huddle? How do you remember? Were you at that game? Or did you
was at that game, mate. Do you know what? I had completely forgot about it until you mentioned it.
I can just imagine you standing there with hair and all that, pure raging.
Hair and all that.
Pure going, that's fucking shite, man.
Hey, fucking bastards!
See they bastards!
These bastards! I'm dead them! Right, no, but my fucking...
Yeah, a lot of fucking anyway.
Oh, what's he got?
Oh, he's getting the fucking...
We've got props coming in here.
Fucking get him off it! Get him off the park!
Fucking ping it!
Ping it!
By the way, I'm going to be honest, that wasn't a kicking your arse off it, my man.
Walking away when the game's done, then somebody saying, you're doing the huddle. Dad, you're doing the fucking huddle down there now.
Come on, Chris. It's dangerous, come on.
Come on. You've got school to go to.
Well, I'll buy you some sweeties, man.
It's alright, Paul
Come on, Chris, you're non-shield.
Paul makes stay already. Fuck yous, man.
Come on, you're non-shield for this.
Chris, come on, we'll go back to the pub. You're non-shield, come on. Right, let's get to some of the punters. Don't laugh at that. Right, Craig said Luis Suarez trying to get a Chile player sent off for tripping a pitch invader whilst playing for Uruguay. Ran protested to the ref the second that happened. The work of a true bastard.
The work of a true bastard. The next one was Elliot Darren Jackson for St Johnstone against India, about 2001-ish. Went down injured. Stretcher came on to take him off the pitch, only for him to jump off the stretcher and play on.
David says Chris Boyd pulling out his phone live on Sky to read John Kennedy talk about how Big Duffy couldn't play, but somehow he did play.
I loved the way at the end of that, but when he read it out, and then he looked at Eli Barber and went, he's playing tonight.
He's playing tonight.
Do you know what a good one? Do you know what a good one was? Do you remember the Newcastle player? The guy went round the goalie and he went to put it in, and the Newcastle player stopped it with his hand and he went down as if he had been hit with a sniper.
I remember that.
He went down in instalments, man.
I need to see that.
That was like, look it up, Grado, Stephen Taylor handball.
I remember that. Like Jamie says, Luis Suarez handball against Ghana in the 2010 World Cup quarter-final, celebrating when the penalty hit the bar and claiming the hand of God now belongs to me.
We've got GGH 92, Alan McGregor faking cramp and getting the ref to stretch his legs a few weeks ago against Motherwell.
Can we just have a wee shout out for the benefit of the nay crowds and hearing McGregor every week shouting at the referee? Bobby! Bobby! Who was it this week? John Beaton this week, was it? No, Tom Beaton, would you call him? Tom Beaton.
I get fucking a 3-game ban for less.
You've got to be joking!
Go on, I'm swearing, I don't want to hear no
Niall says the goalie bouncing the ball off the back of the canal and then doing it again has to be right up there in terms of shithousery. Anyway.
Well, you read the last one, Grado, for you, mate.
Roberto says, big Grado trying to score even with an open goal. He still missed it in the charity game for Rangers.
I'm going to be honest with you.
That's not shithousery, but
I don't think Roberto understands the term shithousery.
No, he doesn't.
That's
I don't think I get it.
To be fair, I think the guy's Italian, know what I mean? So.
But Roberto, see, they fucking talk about the shithousery, you know.
The thing is, it doesn't matter what question we ask on the big question.
I saw him in the panto, he played Gepetto.
The thing is, it doesn't matter what question we ask in the big question. Someone always puts that as an answer. It doesn't even matter if we're nothing to do with Grado.
They get it every week.
Do you know what? It's as if it was a fucking Scottish Cup final or something like that.
Get me!
Right, troops. I don't know if you know this, right, but see, there's this thing in America called Peacock TV. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Now, see if you sign up for that, you get all the English Premier League games, right? And it's free, but you can't access it for here because it's got country bound kind of thing. So the easiest way to watch it all this season is with ExpressVPN. Not only that, but ExpressVPN lets anyone in the world get the cheapest EPL subscription on the market. Instead of paying for an expensive cable package, you can watch all live EPL games and full replays for under £5 a month on the Peacock Premium channel. The catch is it's only accessible for the United States. That's where ExpressVPN comes in. It lets you change your online location to a country of your choice so that you can access content that otherwise is locked in your region. You'll get access to all 380 of this season's EPL games, plus hundreds of shows like Saturday Night Live, American Ninja Warrior, and stuff like Peacock originals like Brave New World. Just fire up ExpressVPN, connect to the United States, subscribe to Peacock Premium, and that's you. And the best part is it's all legal. It's all legal. None of this jiggery pokery that you hear people getting up to. This is all legal and above board. So go to expressvpn.com/daft to get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free on a 1-year package. And this goes for anyone, not just our international listeners. expressvpn.com/daft for 3 months free. expressvpn.com/daft.
It's time for the Player Profile Playoff. It's back for 2021 with piesports.com, the place that gives Scottish football fans the chance to get pies on match day that deliver to your door. You can check out a range from fans' favourites such as Scotch pies, steak and gravy pies, macaroni pies, curry pies, chicken and chorizo pies. All the pies you want for match day are up on their website now. You can get them by heading to their website, piesports.com, or call their SOS hotline, which is Sender Savouries. You'll get that 0141 739 9999. And the best bit about is they'll deliver to you on match day free of charge for a bunch of postcodes. You'll see them on the website. So get your orders in now for the weekend. And we are giving the chance to one of our listeners to win from piesports.com by playing the Player Playoff. So, on the line to play today, boys, it's Ross Finlay. How you doing, Ross?
Not bad, mate, yeah.
All right.
You've been on this show before, haven't you?
I won the Beer 52 question.
Bringing them back in again. Bringing them back in again. By the way, this is, what is it, like pointless when you get 2 fucking goes at it?
In the business, Ross, we call you a prize pig.
Aye.
So
I've heard that one before, mate.
You know,
that's a new one on me.
No, there you go.
Prize pig.
Learn something every day. So, Ross, you said you were you're 23, aren't you? So this week we're heading back to the 05-06 season. What are your memories of that season, boys?
Gordon Strachan.
Go on,
Media
Strachan.
Bratislava.
Aye, Bratislava comes to
Oh,
mind.
aye.
Helicopter Sunday, 05. But 0506, is it?
506,
Oh.
aye. So Strachan's first year in charge of Celtic. They finished 17 points clear of Rangers. Livingston got relegated. St Mirren won the first division. And Chris Boyd was the top goal scorer with 32 goals. Anyway, that is the season we are heading back to today. So I'm going to pick out one of the boys for you to play. Ross, any preferences on who you would like to play?
David Grado.
I love that shit. I love when folks say that, man. But it makes me nervous. I don't want picked now in case I fuck it up.
And it's an old firm because you're a Rangers supporter. You're playing.
Right, okay, here we go.
Looking to redeem himself on this.
Right, let's get this one.
So the rules are simple, boys. I'm going to read the description of the player. If you know who it is, you've got to buzz in. Ross, what's your buzzer?
Ross.
Cole, what's yours?
Dubai.
Right, okay.
Ross, my advice is keep calm and wait till he rattles. He gets on everything. He blocks it out like that, and it's rang.
Grado, why don't you just buy him a box of pies, you fanny?
Ross, you know you've got him beat when he starts drinking his big fucking cup of juice.
Oh, by the way, I've not got a cup of juice here today.
I know, man, he's nervous.
Oh, there we go. Right, so I'll read the player out. If you do call, though, and you get it wrong, we continue and you're out the game, right? First to two wins, okay?
Okay.
Right, here we go. First player out. This Northern Irish winger joined Hibs from Derry Club Institute in January 2005.
Dubai.
Chris.
Ivan Sproul.
1 point to Chris. Well done. 1-0. Come on, Ross. Let's get this one.
Come on, Ross.
Ready for this one. You're out if you don't get it. This journeyman striker made Motherwell his 8th club in this.
Dubai.
Chris.
Jim Hamilton. Jim Hamilton.
2-0, absolutely.
Oh, fuck off, man.
Right, Ross, fuck off. I'm only kidding. Do you know what? Since it's the first one of the year, you can have the pies anyway, my man.
Legend, mate.
What a nice guy. What a nice guy.
Enjoy.
Remember, if you want to get pies sorted out like Ross, you can get to piesports.com.
Right, folks, now let's welcome to Football Daft a man that you would have seen on your screens over Christmas at the World's Strongest Man contest. Not only is he the strongest man in Scotland, not only is he the strongest man in Britain, he's the second strongest man in the world behind Mark Henry. And he's a big football fan. It's Tom Stoltman. What's happening, Tom? How you doing, mate?
Hey, my man, you're good. Thank you for having me on, and it's going to be a good bit of banter tonight. So.
Oh, no.
Get in there.
I'm not looking forward to it. I know what team you support, and I'm not looking forward to this. I'll be honest with you, mate.
See before we see when I see people like you. See before we start. See when I see people like you, right? I want to know this: were you fat at the school, or were you skinny? What kind of build did you have?
Basically, I was Peter Crouch. Yeah.
Aye.
I was the Scottish Peter Crouch, basically, skinnier than that. Yeah.
You're joking, man.
I think it's just because I had my big brother, to kind of guide me through it, and I did play kind of football and rugby as well, so I kind of had the.
Fucking tackled half you, big fella.
I know.
I had the strength there, but just not the kind of build. So
Right, listen. I watched the World's Strongest Man thing over Christmas, Tom. Right, I was just flicking through the channels, and I remember I used to watch it when I was a kid. It was on every year at Christmas, right? But they've added some new stuff into it. Right, see that one where you're standing and you've got your arms straight out.
Right.
That looks fucking brutal, man.
That pulls your whole fucking body apart.
Oh my god, man! By the way, you must come out looking like. Have you ever seen Nightmare on Elm Street? Remember when Freddy's walking down the back alley and he's got his arms out? That's what I'd come out like if I tried to do that.
What's that called? What's that one called? I want to YouTube that.
Hercules Hold.
Hercules Hold. Grado, honest to God, man, it looks sore as fuck, honestly. But do you know something? Right, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but see, for a guy in my size, I'm strong as fuck, right?
Yeah.
And I was doing Atlas balls. Right, I was doing a bit of personal training with somebody, and I was doing
using bowling balls.
Shane Duffy's head.
Right. And honest to God, right, I don't know, like the ones I was just using medicine balls, right? They were getting bigger by the next one and so on and so on. But see, when I see yous doing it, I don't know how the fuck he's managed to see the second you kind of lose a wee bit of grip. How do you manage to bring it back in? How do you manage to get it back to you being in control of that? Because that's fucking nuts, that. Honestly, it really is.
Oh, well, we got sticky stuff on our hands, so we are cheating a wee bit. But no, I mean, to be honest, I'm quite lucky that I've not actually had to do that. You know, I'm quite good at the Atlas Stones. I think you've seen them. You've seen me on the Atlas Stones on the TV. But you know, a lot of people, when you make mistakes on the Atlas Stones, it's usually because they're rash. But because you've got the sticky stuff on our hands and arms, sorry, it's quite an easy kind of exercise to recover. Other than like squat, deadlifts and stuff, you know, when you drop a squat, you're done. But with a stone, you can get 3-4 attempts to try and lift it. But
so we were talking about Grado buying that new beer keg thing at the start of the show. Right, what about that event and all? Firing a fucking beer keg full of cement over the high jump.
That's phenomenal, man. That is phenomenal.
Honestly, I'm getting pure excited because see, thinking back at it, there was guys that were struggling, but there was guys that were picking it up and firing it over as if it was an empty can of Monster. Know what I mean? It was brilliant, man.
It would be better if it was full of beer for and you could just open it afterwards. That would be better.
Yeah, like Toll, I think you could throw me and Toll fucking. I don't know how far it could throw me and you, Toll. You know what I mean?
I don't think we would ever be seen again, mate. To be honest with you.
over the
Clyde. long ways.
I could launch you like darts, man. See what I think. Like, see you the now. Would you be able to go outside your house now and just lift up a motor, like fucking, you know, for one side and put it? Could you do that? Can you do that?
I could do that, like.
Fucking hell, man, that's class, isn't it?
Tom, what's the hardest task?
Probably the truck pulls and the plane kind of pulls.
Aye.
Those kind of things, because obviously with that thing, it's like 40 meters, and you know what I mean. You have to. You're on a dead stop, and you have to get the truck moving itself, and then when the truck stops or when the plane stops, it's basically impossible to get it re-going. So. You need to go fight 30 meters of non-stop with your legs and breathing, and I mean you're pulling like 1,000 kilograms plus 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 planes. I don't know what our planes are, but you know.
Well, Grado will tell you he's a plane nut.
Aye, yes.
What kind of planes is it?
Those good, the normal kind of people planes, like the EasyJet ones and the
757, that kind of idea.
Exactly.
7.5. Holy fuck you! How the fuck does that work? You just slap it around and then step walking.
It's like a harness, mate, and it's attached. It's attached to it.
And then you feed the rope through as you go, you know. So
how do you train to do that? Did you tap up? How do you get somebody's plane to
just driving into Glasgow Airport and go, boys, man.
See, to be fair, who the fuck's stopping them? Know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'd help them not going to Dubai, the Celtic team, you know.
Well, yeah, it seems that you're desperate to talk about a wee bit of football here, man. What's the crack? I've been hearing that you were in the books at Rangers as a boy.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, not.
Is it a Gordon Ramsay man? Is it a kind of Gordon Ramsay played with Rangers? Carry on.
No, it's kind of like I didn't say in the books. I mean, so when I was younger, I went to a Rangers kind of camp thing, and I was going to go down and get they offered me kind of like a contract thing in school. I don't really know what it was back then, but anyway, my dad ripped the contract up because he wanted me to. Yes, mate.
I knew it. You don't get it's a handsome guy like you being a Rangers fan.
He wanted me just to kind of stick in at school, and he thought that I kind of thought as well. I'm not going to get fired in football. You know, if I pull out of school and play with Rangers for a year, then leave. It's kind of what am I going to do? So it was the right decision in the end because look where I am now. So I get to follow them around the world as well. So I'd rather support them and follow them around the world, do something I love, and you know. So.
Imagine you and Morelos up front, but mate. You know what I mean?
Oh, mate.
Fucking hell.
I'll be slapping Scott Brown all over the place.
Anyway, it's not often I'll say this, but I'd back you up at this point. I'll be honest with you.
See, it's amazing, man.
Shane Duffy would retire.
See, the thing is, how amazing would that be? Because I've got a lot of respect for you sitting there, man, and just getting everyday pelters. Because what's MD going to do?
Exactly.
What is MD going to do?
It's good banter, man. It's good banter.
What life, man? Fuck it, man. I love it, man.
Have you ever, has MD ever tried to fight you?
No, I mean, no, I've been on the door. I've kind of done like the security, the door work and all that. But up here in the Highlands, you know, straw man, you know, we're respected. But even the football, you know, the Glasgow Rangers, Glasgow Celtic up here is obviously nowhere what it's like down in Glasgow.
Aye.
Like Rangers Celtic fans up here kind of get on. I mean, I have 50% of people I know are Celtic fans, you know, and even down in Glasgow, obviously I've built kind of the massive kind of fan base of Rangers fans. But then, you know, I still have a lot of Celtic supporters that follow me. You know, the last old firm I was at actually had a few selfies of Celtic fans. You know, I mean, for me, it's rivalry, but it's, you know, I'm not gonna not say no to a Celtic. I'm not gonna go fight
exactly, mate.
Because of you know, because of teenage support. You know, it's banter. I get the banter and then go home afterwards. You know, I'm not one of those guys that starts all the fights and stuff. But nah, no one fights me, and I think it's just because of my kind of personality and big family giant and stuff, you know. So.
Aye.
Definitely, man. You can tell just by talking to you, you sound like a cool guy. And do you know what? See, at the end of the day, man, what your outlook on Fitbit is the white everybody should have.
Exactly.
It should all be banter, and it should
Absolutely
all be a carry on, and we should be able to say who we support without getting pelters. And that's what Fitbit is. It's rivalry, and you take the PU to one another. And like you said, you've got supporting pals. It's like,
of course, you know what I mean. That's like that. My mates have been taking the pelters off of me and my Celtic supporting mates for the last few years. Do you know what I mean? But see now the tables have fucking turned. The tables have turned. I'll tell you, the tables have turned now, and see the amount of phishing messages that you get. Do you know what I mean? No, I'm not meaning to be an arsehole here or anything, but and then they ask the biggest arsehole question of all time. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, ah! But we've been getting up to them for the last 9 years, so you just got to go on with it, man.
But it's one of the ones, man. If it happens, if we absolutely implode, you'll never fucking see me again because I've gave it out to everybody. I couldn't look Tony in the eye if it falls apart. Honestly, I couldn't. I'd be away.
It's like one of the ones where you go to yourself, right? Do you start getting torn in just now, or do you wait and then you go, well, what if it does implode? You've not had that time to kind of enjoy that.
Exactly.
Bamming up your pals.
I've got a bottle of Bucky's and the 55 banners ready.
I've just ordered a fucking shit with a bunting this morning.
It's a question, Tom. You mentioned there now you've got the bottles of Bucky in, right? How much can you put away?
Yeah, I can put a few bottles of Bucky. I think the most I've done is 2.5.
2.5 in a night? In an hour?
No, about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Fuck me, man. You'll be winning the world's fucking drunkest, man, at this point.
Yeah, man,
but the worst part, getting out with you, man, and you end up steaming, you can't even put you on my shoulder and have a wee walk with you to sober you up and that. You need to phone 5 of your mates, go, mate, he's a home with this cunt to get him up the road,
get
man.
All those train companies to hook me up, you know.
I'll get another strong man and just put that harness on them and get me draggy him.
See, Tom, I'm always mesmerised about the scoff and all that, how the strong men eat. And I remember watching a thing about. Do you ever heard a guy called Rob Terry? He was a wrestler. He's a Welsh guy, and he was
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Aye, and I watched a thing about him, and he was waking himself up at 2 bells in the morning to go down the stairs and eat fucking chicken breasts and all that. Is that part of your routine, waking yourself up in the night?
No, I mean, to be honest, when I first started and stuff, yeah, it was, you know. But with strongman, I mean, the beauty of the sport is kind of like, I mean, you can go into it and say you can eat what you want, you know, because it's about strength. It's not about what you look like. So with me, it's kind of, I eat 10 meals a day.
10?
Yeah,
that's only a couple less than Grado.
14 anyway, so. But
Grado's looking at you, go like 10.
Fucking lightweight.
Recently, it's bad, but anyway.
So like run up to Worlds, I was sitting at like 184 kilograms. That was my heaviest I've been in. That was possibly the hardest time because I mean I was eating 14 eggs for breakfast, bacon, eggs, steaks, I was having 2 or 3 cheeseburgers a day, you know, just steak. I literally, I was eating till about 1 a.m. every night, and then I would just sleep. I wouldn't wake myself up, but it would just be when I wake up, that's when I start my diet.
Do you know what, mate? What is your, see if you're kind of forcing yourself to eat all that stuff, eh? See if somebody went like that to you, right, I'm going to make you your favourite dinner. What would it be?
My favourite dinner is burgers. Burgers and chips, man. Nice and easy. I love burgers. Five Guys. When I was in America, I lived off Five Guys, and
I love Five Guys, man.
No, we've got 5 Guys in Glasgow, so we have.
Yeah, all down there, but not up here.
We've got one in Glasgow as well.
I know, mate. What's that, Glasgow?
Remember, I'm
We've got 5 Guys in Glasgow.
We've got a 5 Guys in Glasgow.
Listen, remember I'm for Coatbridge, you pair of pricks.
I know, it's fucking 2 minutes away from Glasgow.
What are you talking about? You say Ken. You're for Glasgow and you say Ken.
Tom probably says Ken, does he know?
Aye,
but that's because he's for the north.
Ken's Aberdeen, innit?
Would you know say Ken?
No.
I mean, I don't say as in Ken, eh? I just say, do you ken what I'm talking about?
That's right. No, we don't say that. No.
Do you know? Fucking hell.
That's exactly quite right, Tom. You tell them. Pair of arseholes.
Hey, Tom, what's been your highlight so far with the Rangers this season?
I think it's just, I mean, the way they've kind of turned it around, you know. And also, for me, it's just the kind of mentality they have now with Gerrard in control. The depth they have in the squad now as well is great to see. I mean, last year was worrying when we went to the bench and we literally had, you know, you took off Morelos, you took off Morelos, for example. We had no one to replace him. Now we've got Defoe, Etten, you know, Hadji if he wants as well. So I just love, I mean, the depth they've got in the squad this year. It's nice to see the football they're playing is unbelievable. I mean, look at, we've not lost a game in all season, so it's, well, except from Mittens.
The cup game, but
but like, you know, it's just, they're playing with confidence. I mean, even like the Celtic game, you know, we didn't play the best. I mean, you know, that was a year ago, Celtic would have been 5-6-0 up, you know. So, and then to still win that game and then go on and win another 2 or 3 important games, it's good to see. So, I like it, man. It's good. It's good playing crap and winning football games.
Aye, it's brilliant beating Celtic and having a shot on target. It's pure shithousery, man. It's brilliant.
It's shithousery, that.
It's great seeing Shane Duffy all the time on Twitter and saying, here we go. Here we go.
I have watched that video about 55,000 times now, man. It is good, man.
I love it.
Like it's tolls away now, man.
Do you know what? I was like, I can't wait for the next World's Strongest Man. I've got somebody to support. Now I'm supporting everybody but this bastard.
Tom, see when I look at you, man, right? The first thing that comes to my mind is, I mean, obviously, you're doing the strongman competitions, right? You're the top dog there and you're probably earning a good wee ton. But, man, surely the WWE must have contacted you or you've maybe...
Yeah, this is true. So, me and my brother got actually shout out for the trials when they came to Germany for the European ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why we didn't take them. I think we were doing some massive competition there or something. But we're always in the roster. We've actually we messaged them a few times, you know, back and forward. But it's
who are you dealing with? William Regal.
Yeah, I think well, Triple H and stuff was part of the thing. I don't really know who it was. I don't really know the names of them. But
do you know watch wrestling? No,
I used to watch kind of like wee bits like the Scotty to Hottie and that, you know.
Grado, I'm going to be honest with you here, Grado. I don't think he would need to have watched wrestling to be able to wreck you in a wrestling ring.
I've seen Grado wrestle. He can wrestle, man.
I know, but Tom, I'm telling you, man. I think you've got him. Why don't we see if we can arrange something here?
We'll get a YouTube video on the go.
Oh, a wee couple of promos down the road.
That you fancy wrestling, mate? The Pavilion in Glasgow.
Yeah, mate. Let's do it.
You want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah, beauty.
I think, I'm telling you, Grado versus Britain's Strongest Man at the Pavilion. Once everything's back to normal.
That's
your manager.
That's it. I'll manage you, Tom. I'll keep
this is money, mate.
Okay, let's do it.
Come on, yeah, boy. By the way, it's a no bad payday, I'll be honest with you, Tom boy.
Tom, I'm telling you. Watch it, mate, because fucking folk can come a walk over about time.
Listen, Grado, see if you think that I could take the jaw off you. Wait till this cunt gets a hold of
hey, mate.
Right, Doug Boys, if you want to do that, why don't we do Bob and Grado versus Toll and Tom?
Toll and Tom, the TNT.
Toll and Tom and Bob and Grado.
Oh, mate, that mate. Listen, our tag team name's TNT. Toll and Tom. It writes itself, my man. Next stop, WrestleMania. You fucking dancer.
Big John could be the special guest referee. We'll get him the zebra t-shirt.
Get me zebra. Oh, you beauty. Right, listen, by the way, I'm holding you to this, Tom.
Let's do it, 100%.
Yes.
Tom's coming after this call and he's changing his phone number. He's shutting down his social medias.
I'm calling it out in the next YouTube. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah,
let's do it. Listen, mate, £50 in your transport sorted and a couple of fucking rolls and slices. Brand new.
I'll throw in a Greg's and ours, man.
I'll give my five guys.
There's 5 guys just round the
There's
corner.
one in Glasgow. There's one round the corner for him in Glasgow.
See, I knew it. I knew that was the right way to say it.
Brilliant,
so listen,
man,
talking about strong men getting into the ring. What do you make of Eddie Hall and the big man for Game of Thrones having a boxing match? What do you make of that?
I think it's gonna. I'm supporting it. I think it'll be cool. I mean, Eddie Hall's done what he wants in Strawman. Half-Order Beyonce's done what he wants in Strawman. I mean, when I don't know if you've seen Eddie Hall at his biggest, but he was unhealthy. He was, he looked like he was about to die. So, I mean, look at Eddie Hall now. He looks unbelievable.
He does.
And I mean, I think anybody would step in a boxing ring for the amount of money they're getting and would put on a show for them as well. I mean, they've written history, haven't they? The heaviest boxing match in the world, and they get, I think, a lot of money for it. So yeah, it's stupid not to do it. So.
Absolutely.
It's not quite like Tom versus Grado at the Pavilion, but it is up there, mate.
Well, it's like, what do you call the tubes on fucking
the YouTubers, man?
Aye. I mean, this is the next big thing, innit? Jake Paul and all that shit.
Fortune, man. Aye.
We don't need Jake Pauls and the Mayweathers. It's the Grados and the Stoltmans we need.
Man. Aye. By the way, I'm fucking excited about this. I'm not even kidding on. I'm buzzing. Yeah, dancer.
Mate, I'm going to walk in that ring and pure fucking destroy you with a 55 flag right round my body, man. And then Big Tom's just going to help me out. Go, what am I hitting for?
The three of yous just dancing all over the top of me in the middle of the ring.
Bouncy.
For fuck's sake.
Fucking hell.
It was all set up for Toll, man. Toll get done it.
I know. Yous have all been talking about this before we come on today, right? We'll manage to get him into this, right? I'll pretend that he can manage me, right? And then I'll just fucking roll him up like an old trackie.
And fucking Chris Boyd's a referee.
So what's the plans for next year in terms of the World's Strongest Man? Is it going to be something you're entering? Is the big goal then the World's Strongest Man? Aye.
Yeah. Well, obviously, to be honest, we've got a few comps. I'm actually flying to Bahrain, 27th of February, for a new thing called WOOS. It's World Ultimate Strongman. That's possibly just nearly as big as Worlds now. So I've got that. Then I've got Britain's in April, Europe's in April. World's Strongest Man in June. So
are you like an independent? Are you not tied to a specific competition?
No, well, I mean, for example, for like the World Ultimate Strongman comps, they're based in kind of the East, Dubai's, Saudi Arabia's and stuff.
Oh, don't go to Dubai, mate.
I was in Dubai for a month last year, so I've been there, done that, but. I'm only allowed to do like their comps in those kind of areas, but but it's coming to Scotland, so I'm gonna. There's one coming to Glasgow in September. September the 21st, the same night as Eddie Hall's fighting. So.
That'll be a boys for strongman fans. That day,
that's a big one. That's a Giants Live. That's a big Giants Live one as well. So all the top 12 people in the world will be there, so that'll be good.
Where will that be? Do they have it outdoors, or will that be like in the hydro or something like that? Do you reckon?
Hydro, it's in the hydro. Yeah.
I'm going to go to that. Fuck it.
That was meant to be. It was meant to be obviously in last October, but obviously they had that as a hospital or something for people. I don't know what it was, so it's going to be next year. But Glasgow one will be big. I think it will be good if we can attract a few of the wee Rangers and Celtic and get a wee sing song on the.
Brilliant, man, brilliant. Well, Tom, every week on Football Daft, we put our guests' football knowledge to the quiz, 90-second quiz. Are you up for it?
Yeah, okay.
Right, cool. So top of the leaderboard, we've got John Sutton and Chick Young. They're on 15. And we've got Mark Wilson and Keith Lasley tucked in behind with 14. The good Dr. Kenny Duker and Kevin Harper on 13. We've also got Barry Ferguson on 12, Andy Gorham on 8, Marco Negri on 5. Falkirk manager David McCracken is no longer at the bottom. That's right, John. The manager's no longer at the bottom, isn't he? No.
Do you know? But see, the thing is, Stevie, this means that literally David McCracken will not be the strongest man in this competition anymore.
Oh, because that's what we used to say every week, because he's holding up the leaderboard at the bottom. Oh, he's not right. There we go then. No, mate. Grado's going to ask you do the questions, big man. Grado, you doing the questions?
90 seconds on the clock, big man. You can't pass. You need to give us an answer, all right?
Now, bearing in mind, it doesn't need to be a proper answer. If you don't know, just say something stupid, right? And get it out of the way.
All right.
You ready, John?
Yep.
From what animal does Rangers' Alfredo Morelos get his nickname from?
Buffalo.
Who is the current Scotland captain?
Ryan Jack. I don't know.
What is the nickname of Montrose?
Jesus.
No, it's not Jesus.
That's close enough.
What former reality star came off the bench for Crawley in the FA Cup?
Pass. Just gonna say pass, mate.
Who is Rangers' all-time leading goal scorer?
Oh my god, I need to know this. Has to be Ali.
What team did Stephen Naismith play for before joining Hearts?
Oh my god. That's not an answer.
It's not your answer.
Who's before Hearts? I was supposed to say it wasn't Rangers, was it? Rangers. It's not Rangers.
We'll take that answer. How many Celtic players were ruled out of the game against Hibs due to self-isolation?
11, just one of them. 30.
Which side has Gary Holt just joined as sporting director?
Rain.
Jackson Irvine has just signed for which club?
Jackson Irvine. Mate, I'm useless at this. Like,
just say something.
Who is Rangers' record signing?
Alfred.
You can answer.
You done well, mate. I'll tell you what.
Aye, done all right, man.
Fucking hell, man. You've done great.
I can't believe he gets 16 right there. That was fucking brilliant.
I'm sure, I don't even think we need to do the counting, mate. I think you're the top of the leaderboard, mate.
And if anybody's got a fucking problem, mate, just get in contact with Tom, alright?
No, with TNT.
I'll go through the wrong answers anyway. I'll go through the wrong answers. The current Scotland captain is Andy Robertson. Montrose are called the Gable Endies, Tom. It was Mark Wright that came off the bench for Crawley in the FA Cup. Stephen Naismith joined Hearts from Norwich. We'll give you the Celtic one, 13. We'll give you 13 players were out. And Gary Holt's just joined Falkirk as sporting director, and Jackson Irvine has just joined Hibs. Do you want to answer the last one? Who's Rangers' record signing?
Alfredo.
It's not Alfredo, no. It's Tony Andre Flo. So, you got 3.
Yeah!
We're going to add 100 onto it because you're the world's second strongest man in the world, so it's 103.
103 answers in 90 seconds. That's fucking brilliant.
Fucking hell. Anyway, Tom, thanks very much for that. Honestly, that was good. We'll be in touch with the pavilion, alright?
Yes, mate, get the contract ready.
Fucking brilliant.
No, boys, good to be back. Big Tom is a good guest.
It was.
I'm looking forward to the pavilion.
Grado, I'm going to tell you now, TNT are on their way. They're going to fuck you two up. and I can't wait for that entrance music. Because I'm TNT. I'm Dynamite.
Right, Troops, next week, I'm off. I'm going for a pie. It's been good talking to you. It's been good seeing you again.
God bless you, lads. I hope you have a good one. Enjoy the football. Enjoy your beers, Grado.
I will do, mate. All the best, Troops.
John, sorry to hear about your league, man. It's going to be tough at the weekend for you, man. I know you like your wee Zoom calls with your pals and your wee beers and that, but
I'm envious. I'm not even lying. I'm envious.
Audio Frontier.